Hey, AfterBuzzers and Siesta Key fans, we are here to talk about episode 11. I want him without the cheating. I mean, don't we all? Alex, I cannot believe you're getting another chance, and I hope it doesn't last long because I'm over it, and I hope Juliet is too. Can't wait to break it all down for you guys in just a second right after this.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Welcome back!
Hey,
we have a whole panel!
Oh my goodness!
So, fans and listeners, if you're listening right now, I have to disclose some information. So last week, I had a fever and was dying.
Yeah.
So if for some reason it looks like that when you're watching, or if you're listening, I sound like I have no energy, that's why. Because I watched the video back and was like, I look like a crazy person.
You killed it. I don't know what you're
Thanks,
talking
guys.
about.
You're a trooper.
Well,
Definitely.
I am just very happy to be here on a Tuesday to talk about our favorite drama, as well as be here with our full panel.
Yes, it's been a while, you guys.
I know. I love when we're all together.
I love
That's
it.
great.
Hey guys, Allie Nasty here, and all the way to the left, I've got Kaylee Stump.
Hey guys, so happy to be here.
I'm so happy. Everybody's looking stylish too. DJ Bulu, I love
I know.
your jean jacket.
It's the last two episodes, you guys, so we gotta go all out and stylish.
So
We do.
we do. And Katie Wolski.
Hey guys. Oh yeah. Let's I'm ready to talk about
We,
this episode.
so ready to talk
before
about
we even get into it, we just had like a long conversation about intuition and knowing
Women's
when your
intuition.
women's intuition and when you know that your significant other is cheating. So with that being said, let's get into the nitty-gritty of Alex and Juliet. I have been so proud of her up until that one last decision.
Oh, the pain on her face was so palpable. It killed me. And then the gross smirk on Alex's face because he knew exactly how to win her back.
Legitimately, his smirk. Like, I literally wrote that down, and it made me so angry. And it's the fact that he smirks like right behind her as she's walking.
With his
That
sunglasses on
killed me.
too. Oh.
With her necklace like glimmering in the light. It's like, oh
Right.
my God.
All of this was just annoying.
But what I will say is I'm just really proud of her saying, listen, this is Kelsey's event. Like, starting at, point A and going into the birthday party, she was like, listen, this isn't the time or the place, which is so true. And I'm sorry, but Alex, why are you not going and calling her? Why are you not going to her house? Why are you not asking her to go out for coffee? Clearly he is out doing other things and not trying to chase after Julia. It's only when it's convenient for him when he's going to be at the same place she is.
He has to make a grand gesture at her 21st birthday and show up with the diamonds and make a scene in front of everyone and pull up in his boat. And that's just how he does it. He loves to be the center of attention and have all eyes on him. And I think that's also part of the pressure that he puts on Juliet.
I agree 1,000%. He is a show off because he's got his money, he's got his big house, and he flaunts his stuff. I mean, I think that's initially how he first got Juliet's attention, so he wants to kind of continue that. And I agree too with you. Like, I at that point where Alex was trying to, talk to her at Kelsey's event. I was so proud of Juliet in that moment when she said, okay, this is not the right time. This is about Kelsey and her cause and all that. So I was like, yes, Juliet is finally putting her foot down and she's growing up. I was like, yes, Juliet, that's how you bring in your 21st. So, and then, then we got to the end and it just went downhill from there.
Yeah.
She impressed me though with
She's been doing a good job at keeping him at arm's length.
Yeah.
And I mean, I can't fault her for wanting to just enjoy her 21st birthday and maybe live in just a day of happiness for a second and just let it all go. But what just sucks is what you're gonna fear from your friends and the pressure she has to stay away from him, which is kind of a good thing, but at the same time, I think that Chloe and Amanda love her enough to be like, listen, whatever, have your day, we'll talk about it tomorrow. Clearly they've been drinking a bunch, so she doesn't have the best, what's the word I'm looking for?
Mindset?
Yeah, she's in the best
Wherewithal,
mindset right now to make those decisions. And if you've ever been drunk and you're around your ex, you fall into it.
Yes, it's easy. It's so easy.
I mean, I'd be lying to say, if I've never been there with an ex, it's hard to stay away. And she's right. He keeps showing up, and whenever he's there, it's so easy to just take him back.
And he's asking to get back with her. It's not even like he's just there,
Right.
and he's just constantly around her. It's him pushing, to get back with her.
And he picked the perfect time too, her 21st, so she's already drunk. He probably waited it out.
Yeah,
like, okay, she
she's
looks a
taking
little
shots
tipsy.
all day.
Yeah, and she's trying to have the best day ever because it is her 21st, and so in the back of your mind, you're like, oh, I want, Prince Charming to come back and sweep me off my feet, even though, part of her still feels like that because part of her still loves him. And then when he's all up on her, gives her the perfect gift, keeps telling her how much he loves her and how hurt he is that she's not in his life, that's a lot to take in.
It is a lot. And, like, we're all human. And if someone's telling you that, it's really easy to just fall right back into it. Because you're just like, okay, whatever. I'm just going to wash away all those feelings for just right now and just look at the person in front of me. And you still love that person. You can't just get rid of it in a day. And Juliet's mentioned that before.
I know. And I love how Chloe gave her, like, a pep talk. Like, as he's still pulling up, as he's, like, tying the boat, she, giving her a full pep talk. You need to get this out of him. Because I think in the back of Chloe's mind, she knows that once, like we've been saying all season, once Alex admits that he did cheat, then that will be the end of it.
Yeah,
So
she'll cut him off.
So that's my biggest question. Do you think he's ever going to admit it?
No, I don't think he
I
will.
think he might take it to the grave.
Yeah.
At this point.
Yeah.
And it's like, what I kind of find frustrating too is that, okay, it's one thing to admit having sex or whatever is what they're alluding to. But it's another thing to just admit that you willingly had a girl in your bed with ill intentions. He won't even admit that. And that's what's kind of aggravating. Because it's like, clearly Juliet's not an idiot. She saw what happened. Everybody and their grandmother is telling her that it was bad and ill intentions.
Yeah.
Just admit at that one fault then. Stop denying that that was even bad,
God, but he still says weird, vague things like, there's a lot of temptation in life.
Yeah.
I'm like, where are you going with this? Aren't you gonna like defend yourself till death? Like, why are you saying? I mean, obviously she knows it's a bad look to see two girls in his bed, but he's not even doing a good job defending himself.
He knows how stupid he looks. He does, and I think he's just kind of like.
Does he though?
It's just ridiculous at this point. He won't admit it, and then he's kind of like sugarcoating things. He's just not making sense. It's just all a mess right now. It's horrible.
It's very messy. I am very, very curious to see like what happens and what unravels next episode with this crazy relationship drama. Before we get into more, we just want to thank you guys for listening every week, tuning in, commenting, letting us know your thoughts, and we really appreciate them. So just one moment, Katie will take it away.
Yeah, so guys, before we move on to our next topic, we just wanted to say a quick thank you for making us the ESPN of TV Talk. For us to continue to grow, we could use your guys' help. So if you're on YouTube right now, please hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. And if you're on iTunes, please give us a 5-star rating. And no matter where you are, leave us a comment so you can get involved in the conversation. We always love seeing what you guys have to say about these relationships and these scandals as well. And being a part of AfterBuzz TV has meant so much to all of us, and we truly appreciate you guys supporting us and doing what we love. So don't forget to tell your friends and keep on enjoying all of our shows on AfterBuzz TV.
Please, because we love being here every Tuesday and spilling all of this grand tea. I love it.
Yes.
Speaking of tea, Chloe gets a bunch of texts and videos about Alex. This, as I was seeing her, Chloe describe these videos to Kara and like really explain the magnitude of what these actually are, it's finally the proof that Juliet needs. Even if it's just kissing, this is going to be the ice that or is it the thing that breaks the camel's back?
The straw.
The straw. I was
on
like,
the
gonna say,
cake.
yeah.
The ice
The
on the
cherry
caramel.
on top of
The ice that
cheater
breaks.
cake.
This is definitely going to be what she needs.
But don't you remember him earlier in the episode? He said that he did some things after him and Juliet broke up, and he's like upset about it when he was talking to his dad. You guys remember that? It was like short. It was super short. It was like in the beginning.
I'm confused by the timeline of this
Yeah.
video, when it was shot. and who
Right,
it's
she
with.
didn't really say, did she?
I was like, okay, is this, because it sounded like it was from a different day, but I'm like, if this is the day that like this all happened, if this is that girl, then this kind of leads all of our puzzle pieces to be put together, and we can all kind of basically assume if they're making out, she's on top of him, legs around tight apparently, then, you know, one can only assume.
But also, is this the same ex that he texted, I love you, I miss you, blah, blah, blah?
No,
before
I
that?
think these are
two
separate-
different
separate.
girls?
This is
Yeah.
just a
Okay, so this is-
random girl in a bar, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe.
That he was making.
You know,
out. So-
Alex would be the type to do that, though. If they had a fight or an argument or whatever and weren't like officially broken up, he would go out and start making out with a random ex or random girl at the bar.
We've seen him do that with Kara.
I was about to say, we saw him text Kara right after she broke up with him, and he was just like, oh, come over. Oh, you're not in your bathing suit. Oh, getting all flirty. I'm like, Alex, please.
But like,
Please.
also, what ex is this? How many more exes does he have?
Oh my God,
All
they're
his exes
endless.
live in Siesta Key. All the girls in
It's-
Siesta Key.
He needs to get out of
crazy to
Siesta
me.
Key.
I almost felt.
Yeah.
Tell me how you guys felt, but I almost felt bad for Chloe in this situation because it's like she's become this source for everybody, where everybody just throws their drama into, and she feels the need to tell everybody. And obviously, I think her loyalty does lie with Juliet, but I think this is like a step above what she's ever done before, and this is really like this is a ruining material right here. And I don't think she ever does things to ruin people. But, like, unfortunately, this is information that she has. But, like, I kind of feel bad for her. This is a lot to take on because she's going to be the culprit here, not the person that sent her the video.
Right.
Chloe being the messenger is.
But she's created herself to be the messenger. And like you said, everyone sends all of their information to her. Everyone goes to her. She's the first person to find out anything. So she's kind of created that role for herself. So now she needs to step up to the plate, and I know it definitely sucks because she was really, really close. I mean, she's been very close with Alex for a long time.
Yeah.
But I
They were
mean,
best
he's
friends
messed
at one
up
point.
too many times to get away with anything anymore.
Honestly, I'm not hating what Chloe's doing. She has every right. I'm team Chloe 100%. She needs to show out those receipts because these
Yes.
ladies need those receipts because honestly, girl code, she's like a true definition of girl code, and I respect that 100%. Alex has screwed up too many times, screwed so many girls over figuratively and literally. You know, it has to stop, and Chloe just needs to do that, even if that means ruining their relationship completely. Like she could do better without Alex. Who
It's
cares?
for the best anyway, and she
Exactly.
should just keep the diamond necklace
Oh yeah.
as a
I
consolation.
know. Do you have to give
prize.
it back?
I know.
Is it like
what
I
if she
can't
like?
get it?
wouldn't. I would not. I'd be
I
like,
would-
you owe me this.
Exactly.
I'm keeping it.
Oh my God, I
I
would
would
have loved
sell
if
it.
she just like walked off by herself wearing the diamond necklace. Like,
On the
thank
boat
you
and be
so
like,
much, but I still
okay.
definitely don't want you to come inside.
Thank
but I'm gonna
you,
keep
next.
the necklace.
Oh my gosh,
Take
that
the
would
boat
be
next.
amazing. Oh man,
Gosh.
crazy.
Yes, take the boat. Be like, you know what would really make me feel better? This boat.
With my name on it. Thank you. And diamonds.
Diamond's our girl's best friend.
Yes.
I cannot wait to see how that all pans out. It's
I
going to be a
know.
crazy episode, and I'm ready for it.
Same.
Going into other news, I just have to say, so Kelsey's event that she throws for her mom in support of MS and her battle with it, I literally, as soon as Kelsey started talking, just like started bawling. That was, I mean, that's a side of Kelsey. I think we do see her kind of, I think she hides behind a lot of like her pain. And there's a lot of things that she's going through. And I mean, I can't even imagine having to drop everything and everything you've worked for and then just coming home and helping your mom. And that takes a lot. But I don't know, were you guys, did you have a dry eye? I definitely didn't.
Oh, it was
Oh
so
yeah,
touching.
I was holding back some tears. I do really have a lot of respect for Kelsey. I can't even imagine, but like she's a strong person. It definitely goes to show how strong she is. And like you said, she is. We don't really see a whole lot of emotion from her.
No.
So I feel like this was the first time she just put it all out there. And that speech that she was trying to give, oh my gosh, I just can't even imagine because their relationship is so special. The
Right.
relationship that she has between her and her mother.
Yeah.
And she was just saying, oh, all these things that she grew up with, like, oh, having a mom to talk to about
Yeah.
boy troubles, this and that. I'm like, oh, and that's the relationship I have with my mom too.
Right.
So I'm like, I kind of relate to that. So it's really sad. But the moment where her boyfriend came up to console her, that was I was like, I lost it. I was like, oh my god, that's so cute.
That boy is a keeper.
He is.
Yeah, and they
he
met on
is.
Tinder. Oh my god.
No, they
did it
didn't.
really?
No, Garrett.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I was like, like, I'm about to
Garrett.
reactivate my Tinder.
I thought Kelsey said she met Jacob on Tinder.
No, so Jacob and her, I think, went to high school together.
Yeah, because they
And
went
then
to prom together or
yeah.
something.
I thought maybe they met before that.
She was talking about Garrett.
Yeah, she was saying
okay, I
her and
totally
Garrett.
misread that situation.
I know.
That's
I
okay.
had to. Yeah, I double thought that too.
JJ said I was about to reactivate my Tinder.
She's already swiping.
I know. I was like, maybe we can find the right man on Tinder. It's a possibility, maybe.
Tinder's coming back.
Let's do
Oh my
this.
gosh. Do people even use that anymore? Is that a thing?
I don't
know.
use it.
No.
I've never really used
I
it.
stopped 2 years ago. I was like, I had enough.
Well, I mean, if we could all find a man like Garrett on Tinder, maybe we would go back on it if we're single.
I'm for it.
But luckily, Garrett did not have to find Garrett on Tinder. They're made up. I just love them together.
I really like them too.
I
They're
don't.
so cute.
You don't? Why? Tell me.
No, I don't think Kara's sweet enough for Garrett. She just doesn't. I don't know. She's a little too rough around the edges, and I feel like he needs a little bit more loving coming from his significant other.
See, I thought that at first, like, you know, in the previous episodes, but I feel like after this episode, after we saw the way she actually realized, like, what she did was really wrong, I really truly think that she cares a lot, and it really showed when they talked about the long distance and they talked about the exclusivity of what they were going to be. I mean, yeah, it's going to be hard, but I think that Kara has a good standpoint on, like, I shouldn't have to just uproot my life, and the fact that Garrett was kind of expecting that, it was kind of like, okay, let's meet somewhere in the middle here, because I do feel like she's genuine, and I think that she has that tough side, but I think that, like, he pulls it out of her, and I think that's what's endearing about what they have.
No, I totally agree. I think that they balance each other out. Like, he brings a softer side to her, and you know, I think she brings out a little bit more fun in him and like wildness and spontaneousness.
Gosh, I feel like he can't trust her though. He needs someone that he feels safe with and that he can trust. And she's like kind of all the moments with Alex, and then obviously going to Alex's house in the last episode or 2 episodes ago, that kind of broke his trust even more.
Right, and I mean, he already has the trust issues,
And he has the trust issues.
which is understandable considering his past track record with the
But
ladies.
I feel like she really like didn't have any ill intentions when she went over there.
Yeah.
I really feel like she was just trying to be there for him.
and
Because
realize
she did care for him for like a long time.
Yeah,
you
I
know?
think that's one of those instances where as soon as you leave, you're like, oh crap.
Yeah, maybe
I
should-
screwed up.
yeah.
I probably shouldn't have gone there. And I think she probably was testing it like, maybe I do have feelings, maybe I don't. And I think probably walking away from that scenario, she was like, oh my gosh, he's disgusting to me. I don't like him at all. I cannot believe I even put myself.
But then why didn't she tell Garrett that immediately?
Because I think she was scared.
Yeah.
I think in the last 2 episodes, though, their communication definitely has gotten better after that awkward bump that they had with Alex coming back in the picture. I mean, I do like their interaction after that moment where, you know, he was saying he has trust issues. He admitted that, and she eventually admitted her wrongs into going back to Alex. So I think once they both admitted their faults, it definitely got better, and that's what I respected. That's what we need. That's what all these relationships needs on this show is communication.
Communication,
you
you're
know?
so right.
I mean,
Communication.
also too, like, if they just were to say how they feel to one another, what a miraculous thing
They
that
have-
would be.
exactly.
Yes, they have so many walls up, the both
Yeah.
of them.
Yeah, and I'm glad that Kara eventually broke them down because she realized, oh no, I'm actually going to be really losing Garrett, and the reality of that really, you know, she got emotional over it, and she was like, I don't want to lose you, and she admitted it, and I was like, okay, good job, Kara.
Let's break this down even more. So obviously they're talking about long distance, and Garrett's saying, why don't you just come with me, travel with me? I mean, I'm assuming Garrett doesn't have a job.
Yeah.
And so I think in Garrett's eyes, because he did say a really backhanded comment, must be nice to be able to travel, not have to worry about anything. That wasn't fair to throw on her.
Yeah.
But also, I think he needs to be more understanding of, I think in his head, because he's been an entrepreneur, he's worked really hard, he's had to build it himself. He feels that because Kara hasn't had to build what she has by herself, she's able to just uproot her life and come. And I think if they maybe, you know, dive into this a little bit more, and he understands that, like, even though she doesn't have a job, she's uprooting her life for you, and, like, she's independent. She doesn't want to have to do that.
Yeah.
And I think if they broke that down even more and really talked about it, then it would make more sense. But I think that the fact that Garrett was just assuming she should do it because she doesn't have a job is like not very fair.
But I feel like she could have also offered, like, just to not go at all seems like a little much. Like, couldn't you just go visit? Like, she does have money, so she could go visit him anywhere if she wanted to.
Yeah, I didn't see it as uprooting her life. And I don't know, I kind of agree with Garrett. Like, if she doesn't have a job, she's kind of just chilling at home for the summer. She doesn't have to travel with him at weeks and weeks at a time, but she can visit him. Yeah, like you said, like, I don't know, whenever she wants.
I couldn't really understand that in like conversation. It just makes me wonder. I felt like they were so quick to kind of give up on their relationship a little bit because of as soon as she heard that he was traveling, she was like, oh, uh-oh.
Because they're not even going to Europe, right? It's just across the U.S.
No, But also, too, I think that they, like, I don't know, I just feel like both of them are a little stubborn, and so they both want it to be their ways. Like, if it was Kara's idea for her to go with him, I think she would have liked that better. But the fact that it was Garrett's idea, he didn't like that. And then when she was like, oh, come with me on my vacation, he was like, well, no, I can't do that because I have a job. Like, I think they're just stubborn and they want it to be their way. And so it's going to take them some, like, communication to figure it all out.
It's just compromise. Just like, how hard is it to sacrifice a weekend or two and travel with him?
Also,
and then
they said 6 months on and off. So, like, that's really not that much time if you're able to, like, see each other every other month or every month. Which
and
then,
there's FaceTime.
There's FaceTime,
Right, there's so many, and, like, obviously, like we mentioned, like, on and off, meaning he's not going to be out there for 6 full months.
Yeah.
So that kind of was like, I mean, it's definitely doable. But then they talk about the exclusivity of their relationship.
Yes.
And
this confused me.
Yeah, that confused me too.
Okay.
I have a lot,
So
I don't understand.
Yeah, you know, we got a lot to talk about here.
What it sounds like is even though Garrett wants her to live with him, I think when he says, I don't know if we should be exclusive, it's because he's protecting himself.
Oh,
Yes.
for sure.
Yes.
And I think that that's not what she wanted to hear. She wanted to hear, I just want to be with you no matter what. Like, we'll work it out. But it's because he's scared that she's going to cheat on him, and because he's had that happen every time in his relationship.
Yep.
So you guys agree with that?
Do you think he mentioned, he said that because he kind of wanted her to change her mind almost about, you know, traveling with him? Was it sort of kind of like a game or mind game or whatever he was trying to play? Like, oh, I don't know if we should be exclusive. And he was probably saying that in the back of my mind, thinking like, oh, because she won't be traveling with me. So
That could be it.
you know, maybe she might change her mind. Like, you know what, we can make this work to your benefit, you know?
Yeah, maybe.
I think he's honestly scared that she's just going to cheat. Because
Yeah, like it was a protection.
it just has happened every single time. And then, you know, she went over there again. And now that he would be away for days, weeks at a time, you know, I think he'd be scared to commit and then leave.
But when he did first say that, like, I don't know if we need to be exclusive, like, being exclusive and traveling don't go together, like, when that comes from a guy, like, I automatically think, like, oh, so you're trying to, like, be with somebody, you're trying to cheat on
that's what I was thinking
No,
too.
I was thinking that too, but I was like trying to figure out what
But
was
that's like not
actually
Garrett.
behind it.
I'm like,
But
he was on
since
the
we
type.
know, we know Garrett and we know how much he cares for her, it's obviously the other way around.
No,
him
but
protecting
it's so
himself.
funny you bring that up because honestly, when he did say like, I don't think we should be exclusive, we're not gonna be. It did. I automatically was like, oh, so you want to hook up with other girls? Okay.
It's automatically where my mind goes.
Yeah, but I mean, with Garrett, probably not. But
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I think they have some fighting to do, and then we're obviously going to see that happen. But I mean, I really do think they're going to work it out, and it is easy and manageable with all of the like they have so many resources to make this successful that if they don't, then like it's just not meant to be. But like I don't know, it's just kind of really weird. They have weird communication styles because they just are so stubborn. They don't want to hear each other's thoughts, so they just say no, and they sit there in awkward silence. And it's like, let's talk about it. If you want to be together, let's figure out a solution.
Fight for it. Put in the work. You got to put in a little bit of work if you're going to become long distance.
I know. They both like inch towards one of them saying something and then the other one, and then finally it explodes and Kara's like, no, I want to be exclusive. And it's like, oh my God, we could have just said this.
Well,
20
you can
minutes
see
ago.
it written on her face. As soon as he said, I mean, you don't think that's the best idea. Her face almost went, like, her eyes got wide, like, that's not what I wanted you to say. Like,
Yeah.
I wanted you to say, let's be exclusive.
It's obvious that they both really do care about each other, though. I mean,
Right.
and I think if they really do, they can make this work. This is not a big deal. It's only 6
like,
months.
have we talked about them
know.
even? Are they
Only
boyfriend
6
girlfriend?
months. That's
Yeah.
a long time.
It's really not though. When it's on
6
and off.
months?
When it's on and off.
Hey, my ex visited me, and then he went back home for 3 weeks. Then something happened. So I'm just saying, 6
Yeah.
months.
I mean, anything can happen. You're right.
Right.
But yeah, it depends on the couple.
Yeah.
It definitely does. But oh yeah, what was I saying? I can't remember. But anyways, Juliet and Garrett, they'll figure it out. Hopefully. Man, I really got something
Juliet
good,
and
guys.
Garrett?
Karen.
Karen Garrett?
Karen, Garrett.
Carrot.
Jeez, guys, what's going on in my brain? Are we in the chat right now? Can we?
Yes, Crystal is in the chat. Thank you so much. Rob Thompson says Alex treats Juliet like trash. He's too young and dumb to care about a relationship. And he also says people hate Chloe, but everyone confides in her. So what is she supposed to do?
Exactly. I think that's fair. Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
We appreciate your thoughts. Yeah, I really wish I had that. I had something good that I was gonna talk about with Karen.
What about Juliet and Cara bonding?
Oh,
at
I
her
loved
birthday?
That was
I know,
great.
that
That
was
made
sweet.
me awesome. So happy. I'm so glad that we're moving on. No more drama with that.
Yeah.
It's not needed.
I
not
know.
necessary.
We don't need bad boyfriends to get in the way of girl friendships.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Alex is not worth having issues over.
Yeah,
between
with
another
anybody.
girl. It's just
Definitely
ridiculous.
not. Definitely not.
Ugh.
One last relationship that is officially in the friendship zone, in the friend zone, is Jared and Madison. I thought he was going to cry. Did anybody
No,
else?
he's
Yeah,
very
he
emotional and
looked
really
sensitive.
sad.
I thought he was going to drink a little
Even
more.
when he was trying to ask her, you could tell he was super nervous.
Yeah. But you know what I was thinking? I was thinking that it sucks because I was like, oh my gosh, he's being so vulnerable. Like, he's putting himself out there. I was like, this is really hard for guys to do. This is really hard for them to really open up their emotions. And I'm like, dang it, I feel like we do that all the time.
I
I'm like, if
know.
I like someone, I'm like, I like you, and like you put it out there. But I was like really rooting for him because I'm like, this is taking so much out of him to really admit how he's feeling. And this is not only like one time; this is the second time he's open for rejection,
Yeah.
which is crazy.
I
and
know,
that's
that-
great. Like he's communicating, like none
Yeah.
of the other people are doing.
I know. It shows how much he cares about Madison. And it just really made me upset because I feel like he's one of the rare good guys on this show.
Yeah.
And he cares about her so much. And I don't understand why she can't see like anything further than a friendship with him. Obviously they have a past and they were together in high school, so maybe something back then just kind of switched them off. Brandon needs to go away.
I like Jared. He's so
Yeah.
mature. I think he's the oldest, right? And he just has such a maturity about him, and he's such a good guy. And Madison really needs a good guy.
Yes.
She's always complaining about all the guys. Oh, they want me, but they keep cheating on me. But
You're
Jared-
choosing those
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's so true.
Yeah, I think also too with with like Brandon and Madison, I just feel like she likes the idea of him in a sense because when Kelsey's like, oh, I feel like he's changed. I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. Can we just revert back to 2 episodes ago when he didn't want to be with a girlfriend because he was going on tour and doesn't want to be with a girl? Like, I know it's clearly he didn't want to be with her, but I feel like that can only stretch so far.
Yeah.
I don't feel like he's completely changed to where he wants to be monogamous right now.
Yeah, I hate how he says to Madison, let's be single together.
What
It's
does
like,
that
isn't that
even-
an oxymoron?
What does that mean?
I don't
gosh,
really
I
know what
can't.
that means.
We have Allison in the chat. She says, I like how they turned into friends. And she also says, Jared's too sweet for the girls. I felt so bad.
I know. It was really sad. Oh my gosh, I remember what I was going to say. Okay. Question. Have we established if Kara and Garrett are boyfriend, girlfriend?
I thought they were.
Like, they never, asked, right? It wasn't,
No.
a thing.
I don't think so.
So this is my question. Oh, wait, sorry.
Yeah,
Hannah.
and I was just going to say, and it got super confusing when they broke up last episode and then they got back together this episode.
And now they're talking about exclusivity. And I'm like,
Exclusivity, but yeah, I don't.
because my thing is, if you are, boyfriend or girlfriend,
Mm-hmm.
I would just assume that if you go to work for 6 months, we're going to be together.
So maybe they haven't
Yeah.
established that.
So so maybe that's that awkward thing. And this also just makes me want to ask you guys a question in general. Like, when you are in a relationship like this and it's just kind of fresh and you're getting to know each other and then it's you get to the step of talking about exclusivity, does that mean you're technically boyfriend, girlfriend when you establish you're exclusive, or do you need one extra step to then be like, you're my boyfriend, you're my girlfriend?
Oh, I feel like it's hard, and now the age is now. I feel like you need the extra step now.
I
with,
think so,
with the
too.
culture of today.
Like, it's exclusive? But that's what's so weird, because I
It's so
actually was talking to
confusing.
a friend about this the other day. So, like, they were like, I mean, they want to be exclusive. Like, does that mean that we're boyfriend and girls? Like, I don't think so yet. Like, you gotta wait until they, ask you to be your
Yeah,
girlfriend.
because there's part of it that's like, okay, we're seeing each other. Let's get to the step where we don't want to see anyone else. Okay. So that's exclusive, but then you're right. Then there is another step,
Yeah.
like, okay, now
You're
we're
my-
boyfriend, girlfriend.
But what's
This is kind of educational for me because when I thought exclusivity, I thought boyfriend, girlfriend. Maybe
you
I
would.
was
That
reading-
makes sense.
That, it makes
I
sense.
mean, maybe I'm just old fashioned.
Because
I
it's,
don't know.
no, but it makes sense because it's like,
No,
if
I
you're
agree with you.
exclusive, what else are you
Right,
doing?
you're not-
You're not
Exactly.
seeing anybody else, so.
But it's like, but
It's like the door is still open for it to happen, I
Yeah.
guess. And then
No,
not
that's
take
true.
the blame. Right, because you'd be like, well, we weren't like...
boyfriend, girlfriend.
Right.
Oh, come on.
But we were exclusive.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I feel like
Miss me
it's
with that
all-
BS. Come on
Yeah.
now.
No, but
if we're exclusive, you're my boyfriend, I'm your girlfriend. You're not seeing anybody else, so let's stop playing these games. Right? We too grown for this.
I would love
DJ's gonna come and tell everyone.
So I would love to know,
on.
if you guys are listening, do you feel like once you get to the step of exclusive, do you need them to then go to the second step of being like, would you be my girlfriend?
And how many steps are there?
And there's
Because,
too many
honestly,
steps.
Like,
Yeah.
write these down.
And I feel like what if I had that conversation, like, okay, we're gonna be exclusive, then I would just go to the next step. So you're my boyfriend, like I'm your girlfriend. Like
She
there's
just
no
puts it out
waiting.
there.
Yeah, that's funny. I
You
feel
need
like,
clarity.
Trap it.
Seriously, block it down. Like, that's how you
I
gotta
feel
do
like
it.
it's one of those things too where you just don't want to bring it up, and you're like, so like, are you seeing
Don't wanna
anybody
bring it
else? Like, so when do we get to that next step? It's like you have to like progress that, because sometimes I feel like guys and girls are so different, where sometimes guys just assume, but then girls assume, but like they assume different things. I don't know. We could talk about this for hours. But anyways, I was just curious about
great
this. Because
point.
now I'm assuming maybe Garrett and Kara just like haven't really established what they are, and so this is like kind of adding an extra confusion to what they are.
Well, he did
Yeah.
say how like he didn't want to be with someone who was involved with Alex. So I feel like
that means I don't want you involved with anybody else, I'm assuming.
right, exactly. So like I feel like they already were exclusive before he even asked if they could be exclusive while he was away.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure they know because, like
Yeah.
we've said, their communication
confusing.
is lackluster.
Yeah.
Very confusing. Well,
Great question, Allie.
Thanks, guys. I love these kind of relationship talks. It's so fun. Well, before we wrap it up today, Kaylee's going to take us away with some fun news and gossip.
AfterBuzz TV News.
Okay, so there were a lot of tweets going out tonight. Kelsey has a lot of opinions all the time. Before we get to this photo, I just want to read. She said, if it's true love, she loves to tweet about Garrett. Like something she needs to kind of move on.
Madison.
She said, if it's true love, you'd stick together through distance. Y'all act like it's impossible or something. Guess my relationship is not the best scenario or doable, yet it's working out pretty well for me. And she also
That's
says,
dig.
Oh, wait, this is
total
Kelsey?
dig. This is Kelsey.
Oh.
And then she also says, I mean, I don't blame Kara for not wanting to drop her life for a guy, but also you can't expect a guy to drop his life for you. Also, let's say obviously one more time in this scene. She's
Wait,
so
what?
savage when it comes to Kara and Garrett.
Well,
He
damn.
does not like them together.
I know.
She's jealous.
I know. She
But
is.
she has
doesn't.
Jacob.
I know. She
I
doesn't
know,
need to
but she still is
throw these
obviously jealous.
digs,
Yeah.
but she likes it. And then we'll get to this amazing photo. This is Jared and Madison 6 years ago in high school.
Okay.
I was wondering who that
looks
was.
So
Oh my
good.
gosh.
Isn't it
So
crazy?
cute, and he looks so different.
Yeah.
Does.
Look how
Like
little
no
he looks.
tattoos,
Oh my gosh. He had a lot of hair.
so much hair.
Wait, this
and
is amazing.
So not as bulked up as he is
Wait,
now.
so what was the caption to this?
I think Madison, she said she posted an old photo. Someone was talking about how Madison, or they were commenting on Alex's necklace that he gave to Juliet. And then Madison said, Jared gave me a commitment necklace 6 years ago, and that's when I ended things. Still love you, though, as friends.
Wait, that's really sad.
I know.
He gave
What
her
is
a
up with
commitment
that?
list? That's what she said goodbye.
Apparently, God, Jared cannot catch a break with Madison.
No.
Oh my gosh, she's the
This
one
is
who
gonna
got
be-
away. Wait, okay, question. So do you guys think that like maybe this is one of those scenarios like a Colton if you watch The Bachelor where he ran after Cassie even though she broke up with him? Maybe Jared's just gonna continuously chase after
All
Madison.
men want what they can't have.
Yeah,
Hey,
that's
you know
true.
what? It might work, Jared. You know, just keep fighting it. You know,
I mean, we're rooting for you.
You
I'm rooting
know,
for you,
fight
Jared.
for the girl.
Yeah.
Fight for her.
Yeah.
Show her what you can be for her.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, anything can happen. If you love something and love someone and like you show up and you're there, it could happen.
And you know, us girls, I feel like we tend to go to the bad boys, and we tend to write off the good guys a lot of the time.
See, but then I've written on a good guy before in my past, and that didn't do me any good because he turned into a bad guy.
Oh no!
damn.
Don't tell me that.
And you know what? We'll see what happens.
Where is the hope?
If Madison and Brandon become an actual thing, I have a feeling Brandon's gonna screw up again. So Jared, just linger around because she'll need a shoulder to cry on.
Agree 100%.
Brilliant.
Well, guys, just so you know, there is hope in the world. My boyfriend is very lovely, and he's like the sweetest person.
I love when
And
you talk about him.
It's just, I just want you guys to know there is hope because when you find the one, it's just like awesome. But anyways, let's get into some fun for the
Cheers
show.
to that.
Tear to my eye.
We love.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Kaylee, you're gonna take us away.
Let's do it. Okay. I predict that Garrett and Kara will break up again, but will once again get back together. And I think Madison and Brandon are not going to get back together.
No.
Oh man! Oh my gosh! So much is gonna happen. So I predict Juliet is definitely gonna be done with Alex next week after she finds
Woo!
out what's going on.
Yes,
from
girl.
Chloe.
Let's do it
Come on,
finally.
Juliet, please.
Yeah. I kind of think that Kara and Garrett are gonna break up, and they're not gonna get back together.
But then it kind of confuses me because on Instagram
Because
they're
their
in
social
love.
media posts, I know.
Communication is just so off. I feel like.
It's gonna be on and off. I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like on Instagram, and they posted something today, an ad for Match. Like,
Yeah,
hello,
they did.
They gotta be in love. Oh my god, how sad would that be if it's all for the show and they? Oh my gosh, I don't even want to think about
know.
it.
Well,
It
I mean,
makes me so
Julia and
sad.
Alex just went through that. You're not
true.
that upset about that? No? Okay.
Yeah, but like we already knew. Like, you know, like Garrett's kind of a
Right.
good guy, and like
Yeah.
they
We
have
We
a
don't like
cute-
Alex.
Yeah, we don't.
Right, Garrett's not a cheater.
Yeah. So piggybacking off of what Kaylee was saying, I think that for Brandon and Madison, I definitely think that he's gonna do like something small. Like I feel like they're gonna go out to a party. He's gonna be flirting with another girl, and she's gonna like get jolted back into like the past.
Ooh, yeah.
And realize, whoa, what am I doing? I need to step back. I do not need to. You know, to get back in this relationship, it's gonna be like faulty. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah. That could be a
See
thing.
that happening.
Man, it is so fun chatting with you, ladies.
I love
it makes
it.
my Tuesdays so bright.
Yes.
We love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. In the meantime, where can they find you on social media, Kaylee?
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Kaylee Stump and check out my podcast, Sex and Studio City.
Yes, and you guys can find me on Instagram at DJ_Beaulieu.
And you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at KatieWalski_.
Hey guys, Allie Nasty here. Find me on Instagram at AllieGirl. And of course, follow AfterBuzz TV on all social media platforms. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.